So there are three words that Singaporeans use that's super toxic for performance: wayang, arrow, and spoil market. Why? So when we talk about performance, we always want to be able to encourage the people to say that, yeah, wow, good that you are pushing the barrier, you're pushing the barrier of excellence, pushing it higher and higher. And if you're pushing it and everybody's like, wow, this guy is spoiling market. He's spoiling market means that he's making me look bad. So we start to gossip and we start to push him down. Guess what happens? That guy will feel alone. He feels that, why do I want to form enemies and get enemies by pushing my best? So what do? What does he do in the end? He starts to taper down and bring it down back to normal. Never ever use that word ever again. Right? And I know so many Singaporeans used it. Hey, don't spoil market lah. Hey, why you do that? Why want to show off to the boss and all that? Bad idea. So if you have that vocabulary or hear that, highly encourage them never ever to say it. Second one, instead of spoil market, is what? Arrow. If you're given a task, and a lot of times when we talk about task, it's really the idea that the right way is to, hey, you feel energized doing that task, or you feel that, yeah, I want to be able to serve the organization by doing that task. Don't think of it in arrow. Arrow is what? You shoot at the back, it's like, wow. And I hear that most where? In army. Most horrible thing to say. So many of the people, I was an officer and all the other officers, hey, don't arrow there, don't arrow here and there. Horrible word. It helps us, it makes us feel that every task it's poison. You're giving poison to somebody else, hoping that they will eat that poison but they don't die. Who wants that? Nobody wants that. So if you're using the word arrow, you are creating a toxic environment. You're creating a toxic work environment because why? When you start saying things as arrow, the task itself now starts to look very negative. We don't look at the real thing. The real thing is what? We're trying to push performance. We're trying to push the best things. We're trying to hit this thing called world-class standard. You can't do that if everybody feels that it's poison or it's poisonous or it's going to explode. And that's what arrow does. And the last one is wayang. My goodness, wayang is the most, well, bad. Why? Wayang is about, hey, this guy want to show off in front of people. He wayang. Wayang is, I think, is the Malay way of saying that the theater, right? So you wayang by acting, acting very. Sometimes it's like, wow, you speak up during a meeting, then people will start to cough and wayang, and things like that. Those people who do that, they're the ones that are pushing the performance down of the team. Why? Because they're the ones that keep up this culture. And who's at fault? You as the leader. If you condone this, which means you keep silent, you are actually saying that, hey, carry on saying wayang, it's okay, it's funny, carry on. What happens is that people who are extremely capable don't want to speak up anymore. They don't want to be able to push themselves. They don't want to be able to stand out. Why? Standing out from the crowd is dangerous. It makes you a target. It makes you an enemy. And my hope is that we have a culture where performance is always deemed as the best thing. We want to always push performance. Why? Because when pushing performance, we are pushing a value add. We're serving the team better. We are honing our skills. Honing our strengths as well. And if you're doing that, then you're going to have a high performance culture, a high performing team. But if you accept things like arrow, wayang, and spoil market, and you as a leader, if you accept that, you are totally at fault where your team is not performing at their A game, right? So if you're doing that as a Singaporean, please stop doing that. If you know people, ask them to stop. If you're a leader, you are 100% responsible if that vocab still exists in your team. So try this out. Never ever use these words again.